All right, y'all. Check out episode number 2 with our boy Cap, C. Anthony Parker. Y'all, the power of short-term, midterm rentals. Unbelievable. Before this show starts, I'm going to show you guys a couple checks. Not to sit here and brag, but just to show you all the power of what short-term and midterm can do for you all. Check it out, y'all. Hope you guys enjoy. We got episode 3 coming soon. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Dude, that 3,700 for the 2-bedroom is just always crazy to me. I don't know how you did that.
What's our total?
Almost 10 grand.
Total's about 10 grand.
Yeah. 1 month.
And that's
Love it.
1, 2, 3, 4 properties. That's
Nice.
4 properties. So we'll get paid again on D for September. Yeah. So.
What's up, y'all? We're back again, episode number 2, and we've got a special guest. You guys, get your popcorn out, right? Get your popcorn out.
Get it out.
I mean,
Extra butter too, bro.
extra butter. You're gonna need extra,
Extra
butter.
butter.
You're gonna need extra butter for this episode. Y'all, we got a special guest with us, C. Anthony Parker. Say what's up.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Listen, you know why I like to see Anthony? Because he brings us money. Did you bring us some money today?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
I brought you checks,
Nice.
which is, once it's deposit, it is money.
That's right. That's right. Y'all, listen. See Anthony Parker. He is into a lot of short-term, midterm rentals right now. He's got a couple other businesses, but that's what we're going to talk about today on this episode. We're going to get into some short-term, midterm talk and talk about how this long-term rental's garbage.
Absolutely.
I'm beginning to think that too.
Well, let's just go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah.
Episode 2 here, short-term rentals, midterm rentals. We started, Steve and I and Charles, we started getting into midterm rentals, short-term rentals a few years back. And I will never forget the conversation that we had. Steve said to me, man, we need to buy some properties and do some short-term, midterm rentals, man. And back then we wasn't thinking midterm, it was short-term rentals. We need to do some Airbnbs is what we called it. And I was like, what? And he was like, yes, we need to do some Airbnbs. And I said, dude, like, I don't even think that's going to work, bro. Like, we're in Charleston, West Virginia. Who is coming here for short-term rentals, man? We'll never get these things rented out. They're going to sit empty. That don't make a whole lot of sense to me. And he was like, dude, I promise you this is going to work. We need to do it. And me and Charles and Steve sat down. And I'm using bad vernacular. Steve, Charles, and myself sat down. And we talked about this. And we did it. And we bought a few houses. And we turned them into short-term rentals. And I think we got too successful because it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Mm-hmm. And Steve and I, we quickly found out that we are not suited for the hospitality business because this is hospitality, correct?
Absolutely.
It's all about hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have the time in hospitality and the mindset, then it's going to be really difficult for you. And we found out that Steve and I did not have the time to really put into the hospitality portion of short-term rentals.
I don't know if it's the time or the fact that we just didn't want to do it.
That's true. And we didn't want to do it either.
I think it's more 90% of not wanting to do it. It's brutal. Because as you well know, the public you can't please. No matter what. You can't please.
You got to have processes.
Yes.
You got to have a plan. You got to have a process and the mindset for it. And we quickly found out that it's a lot of work, that we were already busy doing all this other stuff we're doing. We're doing flips. We've got long-term rentals. We got commercial property. We're in other markets now doing flips. There's a lot happening, and we did not have the time and the mindset and the want to. And see, Anthony, I call him Cap. Because me and Cap go back a long time. I think I first met you, I was probably 14, 15 years old.
Yeah, we're about 13 or 14.
Yeah, it was 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I met Cap 30 years ago.
That's 30 years.
And Cap is an impeccable business person, correct?
Correct.
He's done a lot of business in Charleston as far as car lots, and he has a car detailing business.
Very good at marketing himself.
Oh man,
for
just fantastic. Being involved with the community, marketing his brand, marketing himself, marketing his short-term rental business, his auto detailing business. Impeccable business person. And Steve and I decided that we're going to get in a business with C. Anthony, and we're going to have him deal with the midterm rentals. And it has worked out spectacularly.
Well, it's all about ROI, right? And when it comes to business, what are we looking for? We're looking to get our time back, right?
Absolutely.
And so, see, Anthony Cap, I should call him. he's given us a ton of our time back. So, in turn, guess what? We may be paying a little bit more for management, but it all evens itself out.
For sure.
Because with the ROI on the time, we're making way more money.
Oh my gosh.
At the end of the day.
We were having to deal with like the
I'd rather walk to the
restocking
bank
and-
with the check
for sure
and deposit it, because those checks are pretty hefty.
They're hefty, man.
They're heavy.
They're heavier than what we were getting.
Yeah.
And we no longer have to deal with restocking the places and getting people in there and haggling with the prices and responding to people and having trying to put together processes. We didn't have to do any of that. We don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
See, Anthony does all of it because he already has systems in place. Cap, tell us how you got into the space, man.
Well, great question. I've always wanted to be in real estate. And when I was 18 years old, I purchased it was on TV, purchased a course called No Money Down by Processes by Carlton Sheets. Are y'all familiar with Carlton Sheets?
Oh, yeah.
And
Old school.
That's VHS, isn't it?
Yeah.
VHS. Yeah. And so I was able to learn a little bit about real estate. I wasn't quite comprehending, but I just knew enough to where it helped me to purchase my mother's home at the age of 18 and also to purchase my buildings for my first car dealership. And I was, a teenager negotiating with grown adults.
Yeah.
And so why I was able to do that? Because I had the confidence, because I had some knowledge.
Yeah.
And so I got into the automobile industry. I was there I did that for about 16 years. Had 4 car dealerships at the time, running simultaneously. And I said, well, I'm too busy to do real estate, but I really want to get into it. And so once I got to the point where I had my detail shops, it kind of gave me the free time to be able to do something else. And so I decided, I said, okay, what's a great entryway into getting into real estate? And I said, I love hospitality. I love traveling. I know how to deal with people. Why not try this? So Charles Ratchet was very instrumental in me getting into the short-term rental.
Man, you know what sucks?
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about
this
that.
is what sucks. He's gonna be pissed off. He's gonna be pissed off. He's not in on this episode.
We'll have C. Anthony back.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we'll have him back again.
If he quits bringing us those big checks, I ain't having him back in this building at all. Come on, man.
So Charles Rashid, I was studying it already. It's called rental arbitrage. And it's without me having to purchase properties because I didn't have the big money. Because
Sure.
I had my dealerships that, between a recession and COVID and all types of stuff, just basically just wiped me out.
Right.
And so I had to start all over with $20 and some products to be able to detail vehicles. And I brought that to one of the best detail shops in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I've gotten detail minded, right? I really like hospitality. I like traveling. So what can I do for this city that's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
To help people when they come to the city, because you always hear when people come to the city, oh, there's nothing to do. Or, people in the city, they say that there's nothing to do. But people travel all over from across the United States to come to West Virginia. Why?
To do stuff.
Yeah, to do stuff. We have beautiful, beautiful landscapes, beautiful mountains, hiking. Just everything that a person would want if they're in the city. They just want to get away.
Yeah.
And so I tapped into it. Charles Rashid, I started reading his information because my thing is self-learning. Teaching yourself. If you can't afford to go to college, what do? You teach yourself.
Right.
I'm a great advocate of self-learning. And so I bought his course, started reading it and watching his videos, and I got some information from there to be able to launch my business. And he was able to be very instrumental in me getting into my first Airbnb space, which was at the Atlas building in downtown Charleston.
Gotcha.
Because he does
Yeah, I think
partnerships with rigs.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he's
with
got,
the owner.
Yeah,
with the owner.
He's
Yeah.
got a whole floor of
He has a whole floor, the second floor.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And but the thing is with Charles, he should be using you as well. And but he's up there doing it himself because he wants to put that cash in his pocket. I've caught him at one time and I'm like, man, this dude, like I said before, he's got like $200 million worth of assets in real estate. And I call him one day and I hear a lawnmower running and I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, man, I'm cutting grass. And I'm like, where? At one of my rentals. I'm like, come on, man. You got better things to do than cut grass at one of your rentals.
I think he took your advice on that.
Yeah,
though.
he did.
He stopped doing that.
but he needs to take our advice and start having St. Anthony run the show
For sure.
his.
100%.
Sound like he has the Warren Buffett method.
Yeah.
Why pay for a haircut
When you can
when
do
I can do it myself and invest the rest?
That's it.
So go ahead.
So
Ahead.
one turned into two, two turned into three, and before I knew it, I had 10.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, okay, if I can get 10, I can get 25. So the beginning of this year, I said one of my resolutions for this year for 2025 was to have 25 homes. And I was able to achieve that with you all.
Yeah.
Right, because I had 17 properties, and you all gave me 6 properties.
Yeah.
And then I obtained a few more, and I was able to have 25 properties within the beginning of 2025. So I exceeded.
Congratulations!
At this point, I've exceeded that goal.
Fantastic.
Awesome, man.
Yes.
Which we still have a few more we got to give you.
Oh
as well.
yeah.
Yes.
We got a handful
Yeah.
left that we gotta. That once the leases run out, man, they're
Yeah.
coming your way.
So it makes sense for guys like yourself to get in this industry.
Do you do books too? I think we're gonna have you start doing that as well on that end.
What's that?
But
I said, does he do books too? He's gonna be our accountant as well.
But it makes sense for guys like yourself that are investors. You have a lot of properties, and you do traditional renting.
yeah.
And so with traditional renting, I remember Carlton Sheets said, hey, if you can make $200 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month, over top of what you're paying, you're doing well.
Right.
Well, in the short-term industry, short-term, midterm industry, you can make that $200 to $300 in a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because long term, I think the whole problem with long term, man, people get so excited with the fact that like they got 100 doors, But by the time that they're really, if you break down those numbers, at the end of the day, you think you're making $500 on top of what you're really not. You're probably at $175 to $150. And by the time that you spend all your time and all your resources, you're truly not making a whole lot of money. Now, I mean, I that's not really, I guess, true in all aspects, but I think 75 to 85% of the time, I think you're running into that problem. You know,
Let me ask you a question. What goes into like a short-term, midterm rental, one of yours? Like what goes into that as far as like what do you put into the house, the appearance of the house, the process, the system, the manual, you know, like how you communicate your hospitality to the guest. What goes into all that?
Okay, well, great question. Number one, I would say good energy and love, right? Whenever someone steps into one of the homes it could be an empty room and we just look at it and we say, okay, this needs to be here, that needs to be there. Oh, that feels good. So if it feels good to us, if we love it and we're putting that good energy into that room or into that space, then the person who's coming to rent it is going to feel that same feeling. And that's what people don't get. Another thing, I'm going to give y'all a really good tip is that each home that because I do all the decor, the furnishings, just everything from start to finish.
which I think the decor is, what I've noticed, that's pretty much, that's a lot of it, honestly. That's what makes you feel more at home. That's what we were lacking.
For sure.
We had more bare walls than, you know,
For
we
sure.
thought just a couch and a TV was going to,
And that's what most people think.
yeah.
Yes.
That's what most people
And
It's
think.
the
that's not-
Airbnb way.
But
Yeah.
but what the way you do it sets your properties as on a higher tier than most other ones. So go ahead and finish what you were saying.
So with the decor, what you all are alluding to is when a person comes in there, they can come off of a plane with just a bag and literally step in there like it's a home away from home. From the Q-tips down to the toothpicks, we have everything covered. So pots, pans, cups, mugs, you name it. We even, give them a special gift when they come, a complimentary bottle of wine, which is great when you're getting off the plane or you're
For sure.
traveling, you just want to chill and relax. If you're a wine drinker, hey, I got a bottle of wine here complimentary to the host.
Yeah.
And so what that breeds with the decor, with the furnishings, it breeds 5-star quality Airbnbs, which helps you to become a super host, which helps you to get to be more in the algorithms of Airbnb wanting people to book your home. When you lack that, then you start getting those 3 stars, those 2 stars, and Airbnb don't want to they have to make money. That's what they're in business to. We're in the business to make money as well, but they tend to feed the guest to those who are doing it the right way.
Right.
And so like Airbnb is a marketing tool, right?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the name of your business as far as the short-term, midterm, and how you market that.
Okay. So the name of my business is Revive B&B. And my slogan is relax, refresh, and revive. So my thought is when people are driving, because I used to travel, man, by the time you get to your destination, number one, you got to go to the bathroom, right?
Right.
That's the first place you got to go.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're going to kind of take a look around and say, oh, man, this is nice, that's nice, or oh, no, that's dirty. They could have did a better job. Like you could either have complaints or you can have a good vibe or good energy about that home. So when a person, what was your question again? I kind of got off the track.
No, that's okay. We're talking about how, Airbnb is a marketing tool.
Right.
And how like your websites, the name of
Okay,
your business.
so Revive
and that,
B&B,
yeah.
so relax, refresh, and revive. That's why I got on that tip. So the reason why I named it that is because I wanted people to get it from the beginning. You're setting the tone.
Right.
When people are booking or looking, it's like a shopping cart. You're at the store and you got this home, you got that home, or you have that item, that item. You look at the price. The price might be right at the right amount but you don't really quite like the home. But you see a home that has better decor, looks more homey, looks more comfortable. Like, hey, this might be the one. So they put you in a shopping cart, right? So that's what you want to do. The marketing end of it, you're on Airbnb. You want people to put you in the shopping cart. If they start taking you out, it may be because of things are not listed in the home. One time I didn't get a booking. It was a great booking because I didn't mark that I had washer and dryer in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the pictures show that there's a washer and dryer. But because it wasn't in the listing, I lost that.
So you gotta
that's
be
a part.
detailed.
You got to be detailed. That's a part of the marketing.
Well, I think too, what I like about your page is you just throw stuff out there. You'll throw different businesses into the mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll say, hey, you'll show a certain restaurant on your page, but that just gives more people opportunity to go. And I don't know, I can't remember. Do you have a booklet in there that like shows you different locations, like in the
Absolutely,
area?
it's a guidebook.
Well, it's the same thing on your website or on your Facebook. They can go in there and they can scroll down through and they can see where you're saying this restaurant here is good. You can go up and eat a 42-ounce steak at Charles's restaurant. You can, whatever,
Well, it was interesting that when I first said something to you about C. Anthony, it was a couple years ago, maybe.
yeah.
So we had a double booking. And I called C. Anthony. I said, man, we got 2 people booked for this place. Do you have anything open? It just so happened he had one of the places downtown open. And he was like, I'll book them in. You just pay me because they're already paid you. You just pay me. So I booked it as if I was them. And I booked it, and I immediately got this flow of information, like it was like automatic, right?
He gave you
And
directions,
it was like
how to walk up the stairs, how to get out of the elevator.
Look, this is where you park.
Right.
This is how you get in. This is my favorite restaurants downtown to go eat. These are some things to do. All of this stuff that someone would look at and be like, that's really nice information to have.
Well,
and these are things that we were not doing, and things that really I had no interest in doing myself.
I think the whole point with that is not only just giving them information, but cutting down on Cap's time.
Right.
Like he doesn't have to expect a text from them. What's the code to get in?
Right.
Where do I park?
Right.
He already cut your.
He had a whole system.
You cut your time in half. And
Yeah,
that's the
he had a whole
whole
system.
purpose of doing anything in
Yeah,
business.
systems.
Is systems
For sure.
And that's definitely where we lacked, because
Yeah.
here's where we fought. We fought the system.
Yeah.
Because first of all, we were too busy doing something else. And that's the one damn thing in business when you're starting a business is you have to make sure you set your foundation before you like run in and jump in and do a million things, because that put us in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Because we're both jumping in on these messages. One person may be eating dinner, somebody forgets, and then we look and we're like, oh my God, they've been sitting outside for
Yeah.
for 60 60 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And then they're cussing us.
Oh,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that way you set all that information out in one flow, one text. And the only time they're going to call you is if they go in there and there's a speck of dust on
But
the
here's
floor.
the other thing too, though. You get that, and then a couple hours later, you get another message. Hey, how's everything going? Did you get in okay? How is the place? Are you happy? Is everything good? Right? And then the day before they check out, hey, these are your checkout instructions. Here's what we expect, and here's what you can expect from us. Going on forward. The day of checkout, okay, it's checkout at such and such time. And I was like, golly, like this stuff is on point. And I was like, Cap knows what in the world he is doing, right? We weren't at a place where we could do that with him yet, but it put him on our radar. And as soon as we were able to get to a place where we can include him and become a partner with him, then we took that step to do it.
Yeah, but I want to kind of shut you down on that one. So here's the thing with Andrew, right? We're not at that place yet, Steve. Well, I have to convince him, like, it goes back to the ROI, right? I don't think we got the money to do that. Well, yeah, we do, right? Because we're losing money.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As we speak, we're losing money. Mm-hmm. So in order to gain, sometimes you got to give up, right? And sometimes, Andrew's very calculated, and I get it. I'm more of a super risk adverse, right? Like, I'm the one that's like hanging off the side of the building by 2 fingers.
Risky.
Yeah, but so it came to the point to where I was just like, look, dude, we're losing money.
Yeah.
Like, and we just need to pay this in order to get it back, into play to where it's smoother. And we've not only sorry, I'm going to pat myself on the back here. Not only was I right, but we've gained way more money,
100%.
And we've gained our time back, like we
sure.
said at the beginning.
100%.
And thank God I can sit down and eat dinner and not have to worry about looking up and seeing my phone go off every 5 seconds.
It's such a mental relief.
Man.
It's such a mental relief.
And I would say this, what we have here, this partnership, is based off of relationships.
Right.
People don't realize how valuable relationships is.
Yeah.
I've known Charles Rashid. Why? Because I used to rent one of my dealerships off of one of his business partners.
Okay.
Charles Rashid learned about me then when I was in my early 20s. So when it came time for me to do the Airbnb business, he already knew my work ethic. He already knew the quality of person that I was, and we'd already built a relationship, which allowed him to be able to step up and say, "Hey, let C. Anthony have one of these places at the Atlas building."
Yeah.
Okay. So further on down the line, well, you and I, Andrew, we've had a relationship since we were kids.
Sure.
And we were I think it was called DECA. We were wanting to go into the medical field. Neither one of us is in the medical field. HISTA,
and then Inroads.
Yes. So we got to go up to West Virginia State University,
and then the one up there in Wheeling. I think we stayed a week at Wheeling Jesuit. Yeah. Was it Wheeling Jesuit?
I was just at I didn't do the Wheeling thing.
Yeah, you was up.
I was at West Virginia State or West Virginia University.
No. And we was somewhere else.
It might have been a trip.
Yeah, it was a trip.
Did we stay the night there?
Yeah, we was there for like a week. We stayed in the dorms.
Did you guys have those fancy outfits? HISTA?
No,
because my niece, she was in HISTA. Kirsten. She was in that. She was in that till she graduated.
Okay.
But I saw those fancy outfits, man.
We didn't have the outfits. We had T-shirts.
You had T-shirts?
We had T-shirts. That's all we had.
They had the nice dress outfits and everything. I think the guys had like little bow ties and everything.
Oh, that was more advanced.
We didn't have all that. We was at the beginning.
Yeah.
We were at the beginning. They didn't have all that in the program.
Yeah, right. So they just gave you a generic T-shirt.
They gave us a T-shirt, man.
Right.
And they sent us up to the dorms, and we stayed at WVU for a couple weeks.
But you had to have to maintain a grade point average, right?
Sure. Yes, you did.
And so I knew then anybody that was in that circle, they had some smarts about them. So that's my first experience with Andrew. And so over the years, we've kind of kept in touch, seeing each other around town, and just have always had a great friendship, great relationship.
Yeah.
And so I mentioned to him, I said, one day I want us to do business together, because I knew you all. I didn't know you yet, Steve, but I knew Andrew.
Yeah.
And
I bet you're hating that.
So I planted that seed. Seeds are important. I'm gonna drop a nugget right there. Plant that seed. If you want something to happen, just put it in the atmosphere. If you want to partner up with somebody or do business with somebody, put it in the atmosphere, because you never know when that time will come.
Absolutely.
And so by me planting that seed with you, it was able to get to Steve. Steve was able to encourage it, and now look at what we're doing.
Right. That's exactly right.
And I didn't even realize that you and Andrew had a connection, is the funny thing. But I saw your face all over Facebook. car detailing business, right? What's it called?
Elk City Auto Spa.
Elk City Auto Spa, which I think you did a good job with, marketing that business as well.
Because I didn't have
Right.
any money, so I had to
Yeah.
market for free.
Bootstrap
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
And become omnipresent.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you got on Facebook, you seen C. Anthony.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I think that's
Right.
I think that's one of the greatest things about social media.
Hustle, man.
Social media gives you such an opportunity to really get yourself out there for like pennies on the dollar and basically nothing, right? You just got to have the balls to be able to put yourself, out there
And to be consistent.
and to be consistent.
Yes.
Yeah, and consistency, man, God bless. That's one of the toughest things on
sure.
social media that drives me
sure.
insane.
100%.
Yeah.
So we were able to do business with C. Anthony and essentially give him our midterm, short-term rental business. And he does great with it. And we haven't lost any money. And what I
No.
mean by that is like C. Anthony is so good at what he does that we are making more money now with him than we were without him. Right? And that's a sign of a good partnership. C. Anthony makes good money and we make even more money being in business with C. Anthony. Right? And that's been key for me to see that you said that we need to get him on, right? And that's now come to fruition because we're doing better than we were before. And we don't have the headaches that we did before. We don't have the headaches that we did before, and we're making more now.
Well, that's the key, right? So you find the smartest person in the room.
That's right.
or the more dedicated person in the
Yeah,
room is
man.
what I must say,
Yeah.
because like we weren't dedicated. We weren't dedicated.
No, and
We all had your hands in your pots in too many fires.
Yeah,
already.
which you're never going to be successful.
and
at.
not only that, but not everybody is good at hospitality.
Right.
And so when you're not great at something, the takeaway is that you find someone who's really good at it, and then you partner with them who's really good at it, right? And so it's interesting. It goes back to our flipping business. I don't have any construction experience. I don't have any. I didn't know anything. Everything that I know, I got from Steve. Steve taught me the construction business. And so I didn't have that aspect. So when I met Steve and he and I connected and clicked, it was like a piece interlocking. Right?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about marketing.
So
I mean, I was finding my deals through just either his crappy bandit signs or I was using a realtor, or I was just I was mainly, all mine were coming for like foreclosures or like MLS.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a yin and a yang type thing.
So Steve and I didn't have any hospitality experience. That wasn't our thing. So we found a partner who is really good at it
And enjoy doing it.
and enjoys that. And
Yes.
that's what you love to do. And when you love something, it comes easy. Right?
It's not a pain.
Right.
An ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So so now we're all in a better place because we're doing business together, and we're on our own lane. Right. So we just handed everything to C. Anthony, and he takes care of it, and we're prospering because of that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I think this is super important. So let's break down one of these apartments that
Okay.
we're doing over, in a commercial building.
Okay.
Let's talk about the 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Oh yeah, that
So-
was cash flowing.
That thing's what, a little under 1,000 square feet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That thing's a little under 1,000 square feet.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
That
not.
thing is no more than 1,000 square feet.
It is.
No way.
It absolutely is.
Me and you're going to
100%.
fight right now. It's
That the 3-bedroom apartment is over 1,500
no,
square feet.
it's
Gotta
I
be.
promise you it's not.
Gotta be.
Promise you it's not.
3 bedrooms to the
Dude,
two bathroom.
I squeezed everything in that area.
I can't remember what.
Yeah, guys, listen.
we
Here's what I'm
marked
gonna
that
do. I'm gonna put it right here above my head. I'm gonna put the measurements in here later.
I want you to do it.
And then he's gonna eat his words.
It won't be in 1,000 square feet.
I promise you
it would
I
not.
promise you. It ain't no more than 1,050. If
What's
that.
What's the one bedroom? How many square foot is that one?
That one bedroom?
The
It's
one
probably
bedroom.
about 600 square feet, maybe.
Okay, 600 square foot.
Maybe.
That's just a small.
One bedroom,
Maybe.
one bath.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment with a huge living room and kitchen is only 300 or 400 square
We'll
foot
see.
Bigger?
We'll
That don't
see.
even make sense.
We'll-
you
we'll-
know
we'll
better than that.
We'll see. You guys, he's gonna be hating his life. So, but let's talk about that though, right? Regardless, this thing is long term. It's a newer, all brand new, brand new everything.
Steve remodeled the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
nice.
whole, both those, the one bedroom and that one.
Yeah.
So you're probably looking at long term. Those things are pretty nice in that area. $1,100,
Maybe 12.
maybe 12.
Maybe 12.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go from there. So $1,200 long term. Let's break this down right now. Who wants to break down these numbers?
Well, how much are you getting right now?
But this is well, let me say this. This is fluctuated.
It
though,
has, yeah.
right, and it will fluctuate. So
I think our first deal we did 4,500 that month.
Yeah.
right, and then we paid you how much for your management fee? Was it 25%?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the deal for you guys.
Right.
I charge more,
Yeah,
but I
So-
did that because you all feed me more.
So we made around
properties.
$3,300 after we paid you, somewhere around in there. Mm-hmm. About $3,300 is what we made, somewhere around in there. So we doubled our money,
Almost 3 times.
almost 3 times. Yeah,
But what are you getting now currently?
roughly around, I think it was like 6,900 is what I paid y'all the last time.
yes,
Yeah. It
and
was
that's
like-
for 1 month.
Yeah, 1 month. Yeah.
So 25%.
That was after the 25%.
Yeah,
Yeah, after.
That was after the 25%.
Oh shit! See,
Yes.
okay, well back up. Well, see, that's where I'm out of the loop on this. So, well, hold on. That was after the 25.
That was after.
Remember, he came in and he said, we were sitting in my office.
Dude, give me a hug right now.
And he came in and he's like, he went through the things. He said, I'm saving this one for last because this
Oh,
is going
that's
to knock
right.
your socks off.
That's right.
It was like $9,400 or
Yes.
something, right?
95, I think.
$9,500 for
I
I think
paid y'all
for 45
$6,900.
nights or something like that. 40 nights
43
maybe.
nights.
But this is through. This isn't even through Airbnb. This is through the companies that you've made relationships with, right?
Yes.
And
Well,
so-
no, this one originally came through Airbnb.
Which one?
This one that we're talking
the
about.
six- the one
it
6,900.
originally came through Airbnb, and then we transferred over to the company.
Okay.
To Revive.
So the first one though wasn't Airbnb. That was
No, that was through a company. I have relationships with companies that feed me clients.
right.
Yes.
And so these companies, they pay major per diems.
Yes.
So
Well, they're relocating people.
right,
Yeah.
but they pay like heavy per diems, like for these people. Like they spent
$4,500.
here's
in 1 month.
$4,500
Right.
for a 2-bedroom apartment, you know,
3-bedroom.
or a 3-bedroom. But I'm
Yeah.
just being
Sure, sure.
So but people don't understand that. Like now, I'll tell you what. Andrew and I would have never have gotten that.
No, that's
We
No,
would have
not-
never have gotten.
not-
Not even a. I'm
not
not
in a
even going to
million
sit here
years.
and go.
Not in a million years.
No, we would have killed that. Not even close.
Yeah.
And if
we wouldn't have come
probably
close to that.
2,500.
yeah,
Yeah,
and would have
at
been
most.
happy with
At
it.
most.
Yeah, we would
Yeah.
have been
Super
thinking we're
happy.
doing great.
yeah, we're straight killing it right now.
But Cap has a knack and an ability to communicate value.
Mm-hmm.
Value is how you get the price that you're getting. You're able to communicate the value of the property that you are talking about.
It's salesmanship.
Yes.
you know, salesmanship.
I was a car dealer.
I'm about to say he's been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
I own car dealerships. So
He's
I
been
know
doing
how
it a
to.
long time.
Good-
It's the art of not really so much persuasion, but it kind of is. But it's the psychology and knowing how to talk people, and then be able to present. The
good
value.
thing it's not. You don't keep that bullshit side of it.
I don't. I've never been a bullshitter.
Or we wouldn't be making nothing but probably $800.
How long have you been a 5-star super host?
Oh man, from the beginning. As soon as the 4 months hit, I hit super host,
Consistency,
and that was by design.
Yeah. Well,
Wow. So
5 years I've been a super host.
5 years now.
5 years.
5 years super host.
Never have lost it.
Never lost it.
I've
Wow.
got 1,160 5-star reviews. Over 1,160 5-star reviews last time I checked.
Over 1,160 total 5-star reviews.
Yes.
5 stars is as high as you can go, right?
That's it.
see, and and that's the thing with this whole thing. Like, I did not care about that. I didn't care. I'm not laying in bed at night going, man, I hope I get 5 stars, and I hope somebody says I'm
Right.
the greatest host on the planet.
And that's
I just
where-
did. All I was concerned about was the money.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think when you get concerned about just the money, that's where you lose.
Yes.
Right.
Especially in the world of reviews.
Yeah.
Airbnb, they have reviews. Why? Because they keep both sides accountable. If the person who's coming in there is tearing up homes, then nobody's going to want to rent to them.
Sure.
Or if on the other side, if the host is not providing good quality homes to people, then Airbnb don't want them to book to any of their guests.
Right.
So it keeps everyone accountable.
I have a question.
If you care, because if you don't care, then
Yeah.
Right.
But
I think
care.
I think ours was like 3.9 or something on average.
it was
you know what I'm saying? It was,
And I'm at a-
it was terrible.
It was mainly the same thing.
was
These
terrible.
guys never communicate. Yeah.
it was terrible.
I slept in my car all night.
I'm at a 4.94.
Wow.
And I've been trying to get that up because that's how myopic I am about this.
Sure,
thing, you
sure.
know, if I go down to 4.8, I'm a disaster. If I get a 4-star, no way.
Yeah.
That's not the revived
acceptable.
B&B C. Anthony style right there.
Right.
Like we don't, and that's why the homes have to be impeccable. When somebody walks into that home, it has to be impeccable because the way they feel is the way they're going to leave. When they leave, it's going to be, hey, will I come back to this? Will I refer my friends, family members, coworkers to this home? And that's what we want. It's just
Right.
like a cycle. We want to keep that cycle going.
Right.
And that's how I'm able to help you all because I have that cycle
Sure.
that people are coming back. They're booking with me. They trust me. They like me. And when I don't have the home that they originally booked available, now I have a network of homes,
Yeah.
a portfolio of homes that I could say, hey, and you all's homes are part of that portfolio.
Right.
So I'm able
Which
to
brings us value.
immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. And it's not, and we don't ever have to worry about it. Right? We don't have to worry about booking people. Right? We don't have
Yeah.
to worry about where they're coming from or any of that.
You don't even have to know their names.
Yeah, we don't have to know any
I
of
just-
that.
Just
Also-
know that you cash a check.
Yeah. All I like to see is that thread that we have and the amount of money that you're getting per deal. That's my excitement.
Every time,
You know?
every time we give C. Anthony a property and he comes back and says, "Okay, I got this book for this much," and we're like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah. And we thought, like I said, we thought we were killing it.
Yeah, we thought we were doing good.
So, but I do need to know something. I need to know your worst experience. Worst experience. I'm talking like craziest. Okay, let's do this. The worst experience and then the craziest experience that you've had.
It all leads down to dirty homes, right? Like when people come in, they disrespect the home. I just had one just a couple of days ago. 20-year-old kids came into the property, was there for about 3 or 4 days, broke the TV, spilled a whole bottle of wine on the whole entire bed.
Hopefully, it wasn't one of ours.
It was one of mine.
So basically, they had a party.
They had a party and condoms and
Well, damn.
human.
At least
you
they
know
were,
what
at least
is
they were
everything.
staying
Oh
protected.
no!
Yeah, it's,
Oh no!
Well,
yeah. So
That's the worst.
And I only counted 2 women and about 4 or 5 guys. So I really don't know what they were doing in there.
No, man.
Might have been a train
That's
thing.
that's.
Oh no!
I could probably
hope
find
not.
that on
Jesus.
OnlyFans. I'm sure.
Jesus,
That's probably,
no, man.
and it's, man. So outside of that, what was that the dirtiest experience and the worst experience? What was the craziest experience that you've had? Like as far
Well,
as
I can give you all experience that happened in one of your homes.
Okay.
That was. So I had
do
a
I want to
crew.
know about this?
So I had a crew that came in there.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to share the ethnic.
No.
Okay. So so they came in there and it was 7 or 8 of them.
Okay.
And so we got a report.
I don't
Well,
even think that you even need to say anything.
Yeah. So I got a report from my housekeepers.
Yeah.
That when they walked in, the home smelled like urine.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, how does the home smell like urine?
Right.
You know? So they get a report from the neighbor because the neighbor walked over.
Is a nosy Nelly.
The nosy neighbor walked over and said, "Yeah, they were very inappropriate. They were looking out of the window into my
So these were contractors.
contractors,
Yeah.
and they were throwing pee out of the window."
What?
Nice.
So I'm thinking there, and we saw a lot of bottles of Corona,
Yeah.
bottle caps of Corona. So I'm thinking they're all drinking. They're drunk.
Yeah.
Everybody has to pee, and there's 1.5 baths.
Right.
Yeah.
Or two baths.
There's
two
two toilets.
You know.
2 toilets.
And so when everybody got to go, they got to go somewhere, right?
Right.
So they, pees on the wall.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's so
Great.
this type of stuff happens far and in between, but when
Yeah.
they happen, you have to address it. You
Oh,
have to
yeah.
let the community know
Yeah.
what's going on through your reviews and all that good stuff. So it keeps everybody honest, but you just never know when you're going to get those type of people that come in.
It's funny about. Let me go back to that neighbor. It's really funny.
I think I already know where this
It's
problem
really,
yeah, you know.
It's really funny. At this particular house, I was going to check on it one day, and I parked in the yard because I just felt like it. I just parked in the yard. That's where I parked. I wanted to park off the street. Parked in the yard. I get out. The neighbor comes over, and she's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that they don't really like people to park in the yard. The owners, they don't really like that." And I said, "Well, that's okay. I am the owner. Like, I'm one of the owners. So it's okay that I park here. I promise you it's fine." I said, "Thank you for being diligent.
Right.
But it's going to be okay." It's like she had like she was on the payroll, man.
Yeah.
So, as far as the market, one question I had.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get concerned about oversaturation of the short-term, mid-term rentals? Do you ever feel like any kind of stress or anxiety about everyone wanting to do this, and there's just so many that there's more properties than there are people
I think
that
that's
are
a
going
great
to rent
point.
from them?
That's a great
How
point.
do you
Good
feel
point
about
to
that?
bring up.
So I go into it with blinders. And for some people that are analytical, the research,
You're hanging off the side of the building with me, aren't you? Two fingers.
yeah. And the reason why I say that is because if I'm paying attention what everybody else is doing or the saturation of the market, it doesn't give me time to focus on me building my business.
Okay.
Right? So I just worry about me having the best Airbnbs, having the most Airbnbs. I'm the one who's saturating the market.
Well,
there's nobody out here that has as many as I have.
I guess let me
Right,
add. Let
right,
me add
right.
to. Let me add
See
to
that?
that.
Yeah.
Let me add to that though, and I think the point that Andrew was trying to make is knowing that you may have to adapt to certain things. Right. Prime example. Let's just take Charleston, South Carolina. So certain parts of Charleston, South Carolina have completely banned Airbnbs,
Yeah.
short term. So there's like loopholes where you can do midterms and they're okay with that. But people still like slide the short term in, right? We ran into that problem. We did a whole house in South Charleston. So there's certain sections of South Charleston. Did you know this? Okay.
know.
I'm about to learn you something.
I've never had one in South Charleston. So, yeah.
So if you have a property that's kind of up on the hill, they ban short term up on the hill. We had this property. We put it up, furnished it. We'd made a killing on the first week. Remember that?
Yeah.
We didn't have it a month, and they banned it. The neighbors were calling the city, and the city called us, and then they had like a meeting, and then they banned them up on the hill. But they're okay down on the flats. So what do you do if – have you thought about that? So what if somehow some of these cities or counties are like, we don't want any more of these short-term or midterm because, you know, some people are bougie, man. You know, they live in a neighborhood and they think that like these short-term rentals are just going to be nothing but parties, right? Yeah. But 99% of the time, you're getting a good client.
99.5.
Yeah, you're getting a good client. I shouldn't say 99.9, but you know,
99.5.
Yeah, you're getting a good client, right? You're actually probably going to make the neighborhood better than you would with the long-term tenant that is outside not cutting his grass, outside like throwing trash out, the HOA like throwing a fit,
broken down car in the front of the yard,
which like that brings up a good point, because like even these HOAs that throw fits, you are going to have the property kept up better than you would long term.
I don't think they'd ever. I don't think they'd ever ban midterm though, because you got so many. You got so many agencies, relocation companies, insurance companies that have to relocate people, you know, for certain periods of time while their house gets worked on or rebuilt, or they find them something else, or they relocate them to a more permanent residence, so on and so forth. Yeah. Travel nurses, so on and so forth. I don't think they'd ever ban midterm around here. The short term, we've already seen some of that.
Yeah, we've dealt with that already.
But I was just interested in your answer on the oversaturation. I don't think about it that often. I know that there's a lot of people that want to get into the space. But again, I have to stress to people that it's not for everybody. You have to have a certain type of mindset and a certain type of time commitment that you can commit to this. This is not something like a long-term rental where you can get a property ready, you get a tenant in, and you kind of forget about it. And the person just sends you money every month, and you don't hear from them until something breaks or until the lease is up. This is not that. You know, you've got to make sure the property is spick and span after every guest before the next one comes. You got to make sure it's in great condition, and in the condition that the previous person left it in. You got to have great hospitality. You got to have systems in place if you have more than a couple. It's a lot that goes into this, and it's not for everyone, right? So you need to make sure that you go into it knowing that, and if it's not for you, there are people out there like C. Anthony that can help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with that 100%. I think that, just goes back to any business that you do, right? You feel like you're going in guns blazing, and you got it managed until you don't. Yeah. And it goes back to, once again, finding that mentor, right? And finding, like Andrew just stated, the right person that knows what they're doing and loves to do it.
We still got 4 properties that we have to give them.
Yeah. And I'm
4 more.
Very
4 more,
glad
man.
to do so.
Yeah.
But so overall, what's your final closeout thoughts here on what you've accomplished in your life due to real estate, and what's the future look like for you for real estate outside of short term, midterm? Do you have more that you want to do outside of just this?
Yeah, so I'll go backwards. I definitely want, and I've said this to both of you guys. Yeah, that I would love to get into purchasing real estate, that space. Yeah, with you, partner up in whatever capacity that I can do that. Yeah, you all have it. You all are who I am in the short-term rental space. You're that into the flipping and investments, and you're getting people to come in and partner up with you to make projects happen. construction, like all of that. You have that in place. So I would love to be somewhere in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a short but long term goal. As far as the STR space, midterm rental space, I want to get up to 50 homes. That's my next mark.
Ooh.
Yeah, 50 homes. But again, having systems in place.
Yeah. I was
And
going
a,
to say,
and, a team at that
And a
point.
team,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You gotta have
I'm
a
working
team
on my
at that
team
point.
as we speak.
Right.
I have a great team.
Yeah.
My little small team, we're like a mighty force. And we come in and we make sure that everybody has a great stay
Well-
and things are getting done the right way.
Right.
But okay, let's get real for a second, though. Right? I think that we all talk kind of like this is all fun and games, and like you've got it down to 100%. Because Andrew and I don't have anything down 100%. That's damn. I mean,
No way.
It's a mythical world if you say, if anybody even
nobody
tries
really
to
does.
say that.
before we close everything out, just get real for a second. Get real on like your ups and downs with it, and where you feel like you could be better in with what you're doing to set your foundation before you go to 50. Right?
Yes.
Where you're struggling right now.
I'm struggling with Tom.
Yeah. Okay.
Not only am I managing properties, but I'm cleaning properties. I'm dealing with guests as far as the everyday conversations. I'm dealing with organizing what homes are getting cleaned, what homes are needs, down to toilet paper, to supplies, everything that it needs to operate. The sheets get soiled. I got to go out to Walmart and buy the sheets.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to go to Sam's and get the paper towel, the toilet paper, and everything else.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm doing everything that it takes to operate a business, and I should not be doing everything.
Right.
I should be delegating that.
You shouldn't be
Absolutely.
cutting grass, Charles.
Yeah, exactly. That stuff.
Right.
Right.
Well, but that.
But you're working on that.
But you're
I'm working on
right.
that.
And so you just hired a
Operations manager.
Operations manager.
Yes.
So with that operations manager comes a cleaner, and then that cleaner is going to have a small little team of cleaners, right?
So I have a general manager of my housekeeping.
Yeah.
She's been with us the longest at this point.
So
Nice.
So I have that, and then I have the operations manager, which is going to be doing what I do and doing the back office stuff. 'Cause
Right.
I'm great at the everyday operations, but that back office stuff, the P&L statements, getting it in on time, doing everything, like that stuff is tough when you're out operating every single day.
Right. So
Right.
for that to be super efficient, though, you would have yourself a bookkeeper in house, right? Then you would have your operations manager that's like taking care of all the major internal issues, right? Then you're going to have your cleaning crew, and then you're going to have your maintenance crew, right? So you want to separate all that to create more of a vertical. And out of all that, though, you could eventually create a system to where you have movers for furniture, right? But you need all that separated to truly win, right? So that's the tough part because you're relying on people. And as we well know, man, the labor these days, it's like trying to find anybody that's worth anything to truly like want to be undeniable and do their job is tough. But when you do find those people, you got to pay them, right?
Is there
You got to pay them well.
any desire for you to get into the long-term space?
No.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Why would
don't
I?
blame you.
I mean, that's
I don't
going
blame
from,
you, man.
say, for instance, a $5,000 a month rental to back down to like $1,500 a month.
Right.
Yeah, I mean
it just doesn't make sense.
it's
in my opinion.
It's tough, man. It's tough to go. It's tough to go back to something. I think maybe multifamily. If you were to heavy get into, you could like say if you had a 48 unit,
Yes.
right? You could make 24 short term, midterm. You make the other 24.
Well,
Long-term.
I was asking because at some point there is a ceiling. There almost has to be, right? There almost has to be a ceiling of some sort of the amount of midterm rentals that are viable in our area. right? So I'm just thinking, if you hit the ceiling, if you do hit a ceiling, in order to continue to grow the business, I just wonder if long term is something that is down the road to add to your portfolio of services to people, because a lot of people need a quality property manager that have long-term rentals, and they don't want to deal with the crap either. Now the margins are smaller. The margins are smaller,
But it's not so much as
it's not
intensive.
it's not as work intensive.
Yes.
It's not as daily intensive or weekly intensive, so there's a trade-off there. So I just wonder if that's something that down the road later you may add to expand your income. You know what I'm saying? That's just something to think
The
about.
way you packaged it, I would have to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, it's definitely a good point, but I think that the ability, especially if you own the property, it's not like you can't, if you're having trouble with one and you're really having struggle and getting short-term, midterm, well, you got an opportunity to long-term it.
Absolutely.
Right.
You raise a great point.
Right.
Because I've had Airbnbs. The neighbors do not like it being an Airbnb.
Yeah.
So therefore, it had to go back to being traditional rental.
Right.
But for me, it's to let it go because I'm arbitraging it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't need it if I can't arbitrage it.
Sure.
Right.
So it has to go back to being traditional.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wonder if it's like something that you're able to market yourself at some point and say, I've been doing this for, at this point that I'm talking, maybe it's 4 or 5 years down the road. I've been doing this for 10, 11 years. I'm the best, right? And you should give me your building, your 40-unit building to manage for you because I know what I'm doing and you're not going to find nobody better. And here's my proof. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, and I'm not talking like small mom and pops, like one house here or a house here. I'm talking like a multi-family, like you said, like 40 or 50 unit
Buildings, yes.
that
yes,
you
yes.
can kind of just manage and take over for someone, if that makes sense.
Well, that's where that vertical comes into play.
Vertical integration.
Because then he has that cleaning team.
Right.
He has that maintenance team.
That's right.
And then he's so undeniable. Ultimately, that's why we picked him, because he was undeniable.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's with anything. You got to be. I look at that with anybody that I deal with. If you're undeniable, man, I'm gonna make something work with you, regardless.
Yeah.
If I have to pay you more, or if I have to come up with with some type of creative solution as far as sharing profit, I'm going to do that, right? But it's like Andrew said, you have such a wide range of opportunity with what you're doing that you could expand into anything.
Yes.
I feel like that's important regardless, because if something falls off, then guess what? You can go do this.
Right. And the beautiful thing about it is work ethic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I could take the same work ethic and also the human touch of caring about what I do for others and put it into any facet, and it will be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
100%.
I do too. I just love the opportunity, I think, that may present itself down the road for you, as far as like there's a lot of people that want to do short-term and mid-term rentals. There's a lot of people that need management, but maybe someone wants to manage it themselves. They think they can, but you can provide cleaning services for them, right? I mean, we've had several cleaners, and it's hard to get somebody who's consistent and who does it well,
Or has a vehicle.
and who does it right. It's hard.
Yes.
It's hard.
And transportation is everything.
So it's like a entryway for you. I can provide services for cleaning for you, and then they see that you're doing great, and then you say, look, I've been cleaning this stuff for you, but I can manage this stuff for you too if you want, and I can take it all off your hands, right? So these are things that I think that may present themselves for you down the road, and I'm excited for you for that. I think it's going to be great for you, and I think it already has. But I think that the future is bright, especially since you have a love for it. It's not something that you saw a quick get rich video or on YouTube or something. This is something that's near and dear to your heart, and because of that, you can see the love and the effort you put into the energy that you put into all these properties, which is one of the reasons why we went into business with you.
Yep.
So,
And I've been able to revive your properties.
absolutely.
Right.
Man, look at
Absolutely.
C's marketing again. That's it. Well, y'all, listen, we're going to have to wrap this thing up. We're an hour into
Yeah,
this
we're
thing,
an hour plus,
which
so we
we
gotta
could
go.
probably talk another hour on this. But we're going to have you back, though.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
I would love to be
For
back.
sure.
And I do want to thank you for, putting in the time and effort to make our properties better, man.
100%.
100%. And I'm looking forward to giving you every single one of those damn properties to get them off our back, and Andrew is as well. But
You know what I'm looking forward to?
what's that?
Is writing you all one day a $50,000 check in 1 month.
No,
Dude.
there it is. Hey,
That's
plant
it.
the seeds, man.
That's it.
Plant the seeds,
Damn.
man.
I've already went over 10
I'm
grand.
already thinking.
Yeah, we already over
Yeah.
10. We're
Yeah.
well over 10 now.
I'm already thinking that Lambo payment, man, that thing's going to be.
Oh.
He's going to cover it.
How can people find you on socials?
Okay, so on Facebook, it's Revive B and B. So the letter B and then the and sign and B. You can also reach me at canthony at revivebnb.info. Our website is Revive B, and it's the A-N-D. No, Revive BNB, like
N.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
So revivebnb.info.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, once again, guys, we've got the Deal Formula coaching packages coming out soon. So, guys, be on the lookout for that. Catch us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all these socials, the TikTokers, the whole 90s. See, man, that TikTok thing, man, I'm still struggling with it. But thanks again, sir. Appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
Blessings.